we examine the history, theology, and worldwide influence of Joseph Smith's Latter-day Empire, the Mormon Church.
We're in this faith because there are so many examples that are lighthouses to us that we would like our family to be more like and like ourselves to be more like. But it's a struggle getting there.
We learned that at the heart of Mormon teaching is the belief that Joseph Smith was called by God to be the new leader of the true church, and that he alone was to be the anointed dispenser of God's will on earth.
Mormonism is related best to Masonry in two ways. One, their temple rituals, and two, their idea of taking man and helping him progress and get better and better in his flesh and self. That is both of those things Mormonism borrowed from Masonry.
One of the revelations that Smith allegedly received is the belief that we can become gods through the careful adherence to Mormon teaching and faithfulness to the Mormon Church.
Let me help you understand that, and you don't understand my faith like I do. All right, so give me for a moment the benefit of the doubt that having been a leader in my church, a bishop and a stake president, I understand my church better than you do. Right. All right.
What must one do to become a god?
Let me once again say, I understand my faith better than you do. Right.
The answer lies in a host of bizarre and mysterious teachings: magic clothing, baptism for the dead, multiple wives, blood oaths, blood atonement, spirit babies, celestial sex, secret rituals, and occultic practices.
Well, you don't believe that, do you?
I'm not sure.
And what's interesting about Mormonism is that if you study it through, it is in fact another gospel, and it was supposedly started by an angel.
Druidry is a very individual path. It's a path of community, and Druids like to gather together at the 8 seasonal festivals and to go to camps and to meet in groves.
I was being made a Druid.
Winston Churchill, who insisted on the invasion of Gallipoli and of North Africa to create the carnage that would justify a world government, was a Druid, entered the Druids in 1908.
I was studying to be a Druid high priest down in Arkansas, and the guy who was the Grand Master Druid of North America told my wife and I something very amazing. He said, if we ever got in trouble, that we should seek out and join the Mormon Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because it was started by witches for witches, as a place where we could go and we could kind of hide out, pretend to be normal, all-American Christian people, and yet actually believe almost all the same stuff that witches believe.
Whenever we talk about the foods we eat, the conversation eventually turns to bread, or good carbs and bad carbs.
Because we understand we are talking about spiritual warfare. And so what the devil wants to do, as Stan says, is keep us sick, is keep us under the weather.
I'm a chemist. I love scientific method. When I worked for the drug industry, science was completely abandoned. These drug companies that I was interviewing with had no problem telling me, look, we design drugs based on treating symptoms. We don't cure.
In my personal situation, as many of you may know, I spent many years as a witch before I was saved. And a lot of people, they think witch, they think herbs, that witches do herbs, and there's a lot of truth in that, certainly. Now, after I got saved, some Christians were telling me, well, herbs are evil, and vitamins are evil, and they're part of witchcraft, and you shouldn't take them anymore.
So why is it that Americans keep getting fatter in spite of government efforts ranging from calorie posting to new school lunch programs?
In the U.S., the Rockefellers helped set up the income tax and the foundations to enable them to channel millions of dollars in tax write-offs into colleges, medical schools, medical journals, and the AMA.
There are others who will tell you that the very, very center of everything going on today is the Illuminati.
You are tuned in to God's Property Radio. Here are your hosts, Sam and Dan.